This is Camden Palace, the North London mecca of the sharpest dressers and the most fashion-conscious young people in town. They've come here to witness a unique event. It's music, it's theatre, and it's fashion. And it's an extravaganza by Antony Price. Now, he holds a very special position, if a lonely one, in British fashion. But to people in the entertainment world, well, they revere Antony Price, men and women alike. He dresses Bryan, Ferry, Duran Duran, Pamela Stephenson, Pete Townsend, who can afford at voluptuous prices his voluptuous outfits. But Antony Price says that the event you're about to see will never happen again. Steve Strange, now you're a real arbiter of British fashion. What is your opinion about Antony Price?
But you thought that one up a bit quick there, it seemed I've just walked in. Well, I don't know, me and Antony worked together quite a lot. He's done one of the single sleeves, and he did the last album sleeve, which Elmer Newton took the pictures of. Somebody that I've admired for a long time, and somebody, I don't know, that I find it easy to sort of, when I have an idea, to work with him and express what I want, and he comes up with the goods, just with what I'm saying. And
It's interesting that you've just mentioned record sleeves, because that's not an area that perhaps he's so well known for, apart from Roxy Music, obviously, in the early days. But he's been described as a stylist, which is perhaps a hard word for people to understand what that means.
No, I think a very good stylist, because he sees the picture and then he creates it.
Oh, the whole thing?
Well, I've seen new work that he's just done with somebody who should remain nameless. And, he's got a certain eye, and I think it's called class, and he creates it.
Yeah. Because, he goes for a whole look. It's not just being a very good cutter, which I'm told he is.
Yeah, I actually went on about cutting and shapes. He does get a perfect, everything about the whole suit is like really, it's well tailor-made. All right, people say it's expensive, but it's also classical as well, and it lasts. And something that, say you do pay £300 for a suit, but in about a year's time you can still bring it out with a different pair of shoes and a different pair of gloves and a hat, and it'll look totally new. And it's worth it.
Mm. Do you find that he's had an influence on a lot of people you know?
I think he's had a lot of influence on Paris where he hasn't been credited for it, like the Paris catwalk. For instance, watching the show last night and looking in the papers this morning and looking at Paris fashion. We took a show over there last year. I put a show on for the Anvil, the album, and took over 5 British designers to portray it in a different way. And I just saw, not only Antony's, but a load of the other designers that we took over just ripped apart and just put on the Paris catwalk, and then they get the recognition for it. But I think now with this show, Antony will get a lot of recognition, which he does deserve.
What brings you here?
I'm a great fan of Antony's. Believe it or not, I saw one of his frocks, and forgive me, Antony, in one of the popular papers, and I went and had it made for a show, and if it wasn't for that frock, believe me, the show wouldn't have been a success. It was a lovely black number with the zip going all the way around and all the way around. I hasten to tell you, I took it off every night. It was wonderful, wonderful. And I'm a great fan of his. I think he's terrific.
Why do you think he's so terrific?
Funny enough, I think he's a bit old-fashioned. I think he's very with it, and lovely gear, but there's a little bit of the boobs and the bottom and the waist and all the rest of it.
Would you describe him then as sexy?
Very much so. What, him as a person or his clothes?
Whichever you want.
Whatever. Yes, he's sexy and so is his clothes. Great.
Right, well, we have a member of the band that's just cracked it, one of the first bands to go into the British charts at #1. Congratulations about
thanks
that.
very much.
That's terrific. Well, Duran Duran is obviously the name at the moment. What do you feel about the name of Antony Price? What does it actually mean to you?
Expensive tickets, I think. No, it's been something that, funnily enough, I got into as a kid through Roxy and what Bryan and Ferry used to wear. And I think when it came to the point where we were in the situation where we could sort of afford to wear that sort of thing, I turned to him because I felt, they were doing something that, nobody else was. It was a traditional style, but I don't know, there was a class about it I liked. And, it just appealed to us. And I think, some of us are into it more than others, Andy prefers, sort of denim jackets and stuff, but that's rock and roll,
Yeah. Well, Zandra Rhodes, it's really marvellous to see you here tonight. It's Also very interesting that you're here, because I suppose in some ways you might be regarded as rivals, but is it like that?
I don't think it's like, I think it's like the TV channels. All of us support each other. And if you've got a star, you must come and see them and support them. And I think that's just what Antony is. And if we all support the British fashion industry, it will keep going and people will realise that there's one here to see.
Yes, quite. I mean, this is actually the week when a lot of people are in Paris, and it's interesting that you should be here and want to support somebody like Antony.
I admire Antony's work, so it's actually very nice that it's a social occasion. So, and after all, I can't come with a paper bag over my head, so I'll come and see it properly.
Yeah.
I don't go to fashion shows actually, so
why
it's
you
an
come to this
evening
one?
out for me. No, it's an evening out with myself and Davy Field, the artist, and I thought I'd treat it as such and have it as an entertainment and a treat.
Yeah. In a way, I suppose you could be classed as being sort of in the same bracket as being very, for want of a better word, left field. Do you get angry about lack of recognition on an international scale?
I do, and most of the time I blame the British press because I think that they don't write about our fashion people enough. You know, they don't write about the innovative things that get done in this country that other people do.
Yeah. Do you think it's still based in Italy and Paris?
The ideas come from this country. It's just that we don't get the credit for them.
Don't go out and push, maybe. I think that's it.
I'm sure that poor Antony is dying in there, having pushed to get this show together, and I think the people that are there, it's taken blood to get there. And the whole thing is you have to pretend it hasn't taken any blood, of course. But I mean, the whole thing is that it's very hard work, and that's the only thing that manages to pay off. It's just a pity, you know, it doesn't get followed up. I mean, you know, if in 100 years' time we all get blown off this earth and someone finds a pile of English Vogue magazines from the year 1973 to about 1980, they're opening it up and they say, was there any British fashion? Because it's never written about, but it is there.
Sandra, thank you very much. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
The idea of a show is that you make your ideas, your drawings. I try to make my drawings become real. And so at the end of it, they are my drawings walking down the catwalk there. That's as I want people to see it.
Why will you not be able to put on a show like this again?
I think it would be impossible because of the cost, the horrendous cost. I mean, but I've done it, you know, I just splashed out and done it. I mean, I'm mad, and I hope they enjoy it, but, I mean, you have to do it. One has to do it. A friend of mine said it's like a drug, you have to make dresses.
was shopping for a suit the other day, and I walked into the department store. Stepped on the elevator, tell a bitch, hey, Jack, it's floor. When I got up, salesman, he come up to me and he said, now what can I do for you? I said, go in there and show me all them sport clothes, honey, like y'all supposed to do. He said, why sure, come on in. Dig these fabrics we got laid out on the shelf. The dude said, pick yourself out one, try it on. Stand in front of the mirror and just look at yourself. That suit there's herringbone. Yeah, that's a suit I'd like to own. That suit is you. Yeah, and I believe it too. Now, I see for the businessman, you featuring the natural shoulders at retail wholesale indeed. Yeah, it's got the custom cuffs and the walking shorts, and he said, I could let you have it out of steel. And for the Playboy, I see you got the latest in tweed. Cutaway flap over slacks. Oh, it's a box bag two-button Western model, he said. Yeah, that's a fact. They're solid gold. You made a deal, sold. That collar's camel's hair. Well, honey, you can sit down right there on that chair.
America is waiting for a message of some sort or another. America is waiting for a message of some sort or another. Any citizen over there, stand up and say, hey, just a second. No will whatsoever. No will whatsoever. I mean, yeah, so what are you going to do? America is waiting for a message of some sort or another.
Evelyn Waugh's great classic, Brideshead Revisited, returns to your screen. The television masterpiece made Jeremy Irons an international star. This week, TV Times tells you how he's plotting the death of the laconic Charles Ryder. Also this week, a chance to win one of the cars voted Car of the Year around the world. And there's another £10,000 waiting in the Great Star Numbers Bonanza. And of course, what's on when and which channel.
In TV Times magazine.
Tell you what, Sport, for more of a kick to results and reviews, for weather or not, you're about to brave the elements.
For a recipe a day to starve you of boredom.
Got any more, Mum?
Page the Oracle.
For figures, facts, fun, frolics, and 30 pages of the very latest down-to-earth, up-to-the-minute news, page the one who knows. Page the Oracle. All right, Sport?
When the mists are rising and the rain is falling and the wind is blowing cold across the moor, I hear the voice of my darling, the girl I love and lost a year ago. Well, it's hard to believe, I know, but I hear her singing in the sign of the wind, blowing in the treetops, way above me. Yes, I'll always remember till the day I die. I'll hear her cry, Johnny, remember me. Well, someday I guess I'll find myself another little girl to take the place of my true love. But as long as I live, I know I'll hear her singing in the side of the wind, blowing in the treetops, way above me. Yes, I'll always remember till the day I die. I'll hear her cry, oh, Johnny, remember me.
My baby don't care for shows. My baby don't care for clothes. My baby just cares for me. My baby don't care for cars and races. My baby don't care for. I don't please. Liz Taylor is not a star high, and even Lana Turner's smile, something he can't see. My baby don't care who knows. My baby just cares for me. Baby, my baby don't care for shows, and he don't eat.
When I came tonight, because the show was in a place like this, which is usually a discotheque, I wondered how the show was going to hold the audience's attention for an hour. And it was just an incredible fantasy. I thought that the pacing of it was great, and the music, of course, was fabulous. And it never resorted to go-go for a minute. And the other thing was that halfway through, I then clicked what it was, because I was thinking, well, where or who would wear these things? And the whole thing is that's not the point, is it? It's a show, and as such, I thought it was fantastic.
Do you think that's what Antony Price is really aiming at now, is the rock side of the business, rather than just getting to rich young women?
I think the rock side is probably the last thing he's aiming at. It's just that it happens to be a vehicle to get his stuff over in the public eye. And presenting it here makes it more of an exciting event than doing it only to the fashion thing, which is probably a bit too formal for him.
I didn't really understand what he was trying to say with them, although I think his stereotypes are really kind of corny, if you like. Action man meets Barbie doll. But I don't want to be that harsh, because he is a very, very, very talented person. And as I say, I mean, the music was brilliant, and it made the whole thing.
The outlines and stuff that he presents are so overwhelming. I mean, we're talking specifically about this show. They're so overwhelming that whoever's wearing it tends to vanish. But it must be marvelous to wear the clothes if you're a model, because, you know, they're so form-building and what have you. But I think that the whole have you come across anybody doing this that didn't like it? I mean, it's just a fantastic show, and it must have taken everybody by surprise, because they come and don't know what to expect, especially putting it on here. And it draws a broader crowd than he would if he was catering to the, you know, pandering to whoever.
Well, I think that's the best thing he does, totally, is that he takes fashion to people who usually are not interested in it, and he will project that. He's done it more brilliantly. He's done it really hard and better than anyone else has ever done it.
I think they're very theatrical. They're fabulous. Good for a show.
I used to think he was a brilliant menswear designer, but I think he's brilliant on women as well now. I was very, very impressed. I didn't think I was going to be, but I really was.
I mean, they're nice, but they're not very practical, are they? I mean, you know, he's sort of like setting the trend for the nightclubbers and the jet sets, but I mean, I prefer people like Vivienne Westwood. You know, I think her clothes are more practical, more people can wear them. I mean, you've got to be very rich to, you know, wear these sort of clothes. And you've got... Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's nice to be able to wear something to a club and then be able to wear it during the day, sort of slightly toned down. You know, sort of like you couldn't wear one of his dresses in the street without getting arrested, you know. I mean, his clothes are very, very good, and I enjoyed the show because it's very well presented, but I can't quite see myself in one of his dresses.
Well, I loved them. I thought they were very theatrical and very, spectacular. It was different for a fashion show, which I really liked that aspect of it.
They just make you feel totally feminine, you know, sort of like hourglass figure, you know, it's great.
Totally gorgeous.
Never seen such jazzy-looking suits and things. Yeah. It's a nice collection, I thought. Different.
What about the clothes really grabs you?
There's a certain flair about them, especially the sort of two-tone box jackets. You know, I've never seen anything quite like that before, and the matching dresses for the ladies look quite nice actually. It's pretty good. Baseball outfits look quite nice. I don't know if they're practical, but they're nice.
Did you like it?
I loved it. Great.
I thought they were wonderful, very spectacular. How would you like to wear them? Oh, I don't know about that. Incredible, really, yes. I mean, you have to go to a special place like this to wear it. Do you think everybody can wear them? Why not? I don't know. You've got to look glamorous, haven't you? good. What about you? Would you like to wear Antony Price's clothes? I would, yes, I really would. I think they're really spectacular clothes. And why would you like to wear them? They're so original, they're different. Yeah. You'd really stand out if you were there. So absolutely. Is there anything special you like tonight? I like the India section. They played India with it. And the colours there, I really thought they were amazing. What type of colours? The really sort of rich fuchsia pink and all that, the turquoise. I thought they were really lovely. I really like that section.
I love them, but I think maybe it's more for people who work on stage than people in the streets, maybe.
Why?
I just think because basically there's so many groups you see wearing Antony's clothes on TV, on Top of the Pops and on videos, everybody's wearing Antony's shows. And I think that's really what's getting them into the market.
So do you think he's left the fashion business?
No, because I think he's one of the leaders, so I think it's still heavily involved.
Do you wear any of his clothes on stage?
Yeah, I have been known to wear a couple. I wore one for a single we did a while back, but I don't necessarily just wear all his clothes. I mean, someone like Bryan Ferry, who's probably the most well-known person to wear his stuff, whereas probably a lot of Antony Price, but I just wear whatever I like.
When you do wear Antony Price clothes, do they make you feel different on stage?
Not different. I know because when I buy them, I always buy them for the cut, because the cut is so fantastic, and the shoulders and the style is so amazing that you do tend to feel better than in something from, say, I won't mention any names.
The colour and spectacle of award-winning
Ran away forever.
How long did you stay away?
Well, till it got dark. Darling, everybody thinks that theirs was the better generation.